I've lived in 12 cities in the last 8 years as an entrepreneur. I've lived in big cities. I've lived in small cities. I lived in the United States. I lived overseas. As far as efficiency and living life as an entrepreneur, these are the things that I ascertain from living in these cities that will potentially benefit you if you are trying to find a place to relocate to or just want more of a direction. If you're going through that, this video is for you. So I'm 28 now. When I was 21, I moved to this little town in Utah called St. George, then migrated to Salt Lake City, then moved all over the place from small to big, from small to big. And in doing so, I've came to a very strong conclusion, okay? I'm a rural guy. I don't like being in fucking cities. I hate loud noises. I like peaceful, quiet nights, woods around me on a porch sipping some coffee, right? The first place I moved to that reaped me the most reward was a super rural area. It's called Roswell, Georgia, in America. And it's probably 100,000 or 60,000 people. And basically, me and my buddy built a TikTok page and blew it up to over 1 million followers from scratch in the span of a year. Same thing with the YouTube page. In the span of a year in that little city, we blew it up from 0 to 1 million followers in a year. I needed that place at that time because I was so distracted prior and had nothing going for me. I moved to a place that I knew nobody, nothing was going on. It was a slow-paced life. I was surrounded by a bunch of fucking old people, so I didn't have any temptations to deviate. I was like, this is my job. I'm going to do it. There's nothing else to do. So after I built those pages, I continued to rinse and repeat the same living process, which is live in more rural areas in Georgia. And then it hit me. I don't know. I think it was year 2 or 3 of doing this. I was like, fuck this. This fucking sucks. I don't know what it was. It just got to me. I felt bored. I felt the monotony. I felt like I was staring at fucking paint all day. Every time I came home, I was like, yo, I don't know what it is, but this place just doesn't mesh with me anymore. So I ended up doing the thing that I thought I would never do. I moved to a huge city, Chicago, which is like the 3rd biggest city in America. And ironically, a place that I thought I would never mesh with, I had the most productive year of my life in Chicago. I built my personal brand. I made a fuckload of money. I was focused. I was dedicated day in, day out. And then I realized that there was a very specific reason as to why I did so well in a big city. There's this law. It's called the law of divine oneness. And that law basically states that everybody around you specifically is on the same frequency and sharing somewhat of the same consciousness. Think about a party. You walk in, everybody's fucking hyped up. They're on the same level, right? It hits you. It's palpable. You can feel the energy in the room. That's the saying. Think about a football stadium when it's a home game in the playoffs. Everybody is on that same frequency. Everybody's hyped up. Everyone's screaming. You could take someone that was depressed, put him there. He's going to become fucking hyper. They become one. The same applies to places that you live in. When I was living in these rural areas, all I would see is old people, didn't look anything like me, that weren't entrepreneurs, that were just fucking walking their dogs and living this laid back, semi-retired life. And I think that subliminally made me feel the monotony, feel the slowness, feel the boredom. There was nothing going on ever. I would just look at people that were complete opposite of me. People that work 9 to 5 versus me. I'm an entrepreneur. I got unlimited energy. I want to connect. I want to fucking do this. I want to do that. And then I put myself in a place where none of that is going on. So it eventually wore down on me. And then when I moved to the city, I was on the same vibration as a lot of these young professionals, which was go, 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 do this, do that. Energy, energy, energy. Cities have energy within them. Think about New York City. That place is insanity. You walk in and you feel the law of divine oneness. I feel like I'm a part of something. You're walking in the streets and you just feel it. You feel the consciousness. The energy there is palpable. It's one of the most surreal cities I've ever been to. It makes you want to acclimate to the culture and just get more things done. And that's exactly what Chicago did for me. I saw people around me that were my age working hard as fuck. I met a lot of entrepreneurs that lived around me because they just all migrated to the city. It was easier to network, talk ideas, or just see more things to think of more things, right? When you're in a rural area, you don't really see new things. You just kind of see the same old shit over and over. When you're in Chicago or New York, there's things constantly going on. And you're going to see all these different elements every single day that could provoke different ideas. You're going to meet new people. You're going to run into this. You run into that. There isn't a single boring day if you live amongst 5, 10 million people. You're just going to be constantly bombarded by different things. And that gets old, it does. But for work, it's pretty good. To stimulate good ideas, it's pretty good. To get on the same frequency as high performers, it's pretty good. To network, it's amazing. And that is all coinciding with getting more things done and making more money as an entrepreneur. When I moved to Chicago, I had my family. They lived about an hour away. So I would stay 5 days in the city, then commute back to my family's house in the rural country for about 2 days out of the week. And that was the perfect fucking mix, right? I had 5 days of hecticness in the city, then 2 days to retreat, kind of rejuvenate, recharge, let my brain rest from all the craziness. Then I would go back into the belly of the beast, so to speak, Chicago. That was the most ideal situation. So if you're an entrepreneur and you want to get more work done and you wonder why you can't get more work done, and or you're just unsatisfied on a day-to-day basis with where you live, you got to move to a big city. There's just going to be more opportunity. You're going to see different things that are going to provoke different ideas. Hell, there's better dating options too. That motivates the living fuck out of men. Just having prettier women around you in abundance rather than living in some town where there's like 3 chicks total. They go to your gym and you hope one day they'll talk to you and they never do. In a city, you just got literally unlimited options. It's nuts. And then the frequency is the most important part. If everybody around you is working hard and hustling and bustling and grinding, it makes you want to do the same versus living around 50 grannies that are just chilling out on their porch and just living life on easy mode, slow mode, which is great, but it's not good for somebody on the come up and or an entrepreneur that really wants to dedicate themselves for a long period of time. I currently now live in Nashville, and I hate the fucking city, I'm not gonna lie, but I get a lot of work done when I am in Nashville. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.